Welcome, everyone. My name is Brian Belay. I'm an investor in and crowdfunding advisor to Opyrus. Today, I'm joined by Bruce Butterfield. Bruce is on the advisory board of Opyrus and one of the former co-founders of FastPencil, one of the products of Opyrus. Welcome, Bruce. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Brian. It's great to be here and have the opportunity to share what I love about Opyrus.
Fantastic. To get started, why don't you just give us a brief introduction, who you are and why Opyrus is interesting to you, how you got involved?
Sure. Well, I've been involved in publishing my entire working career, heading divisions and companies, fairly well known. Golden Press, which is part of Random House, which did everything from Betty Crocker cookbooks to the Birds of North America nature guides to the original Sesame Street books, and just a wonderful place to learn and grow and do fiction and nonfiction type books. And also headed up as president Prentice Hall and headed the trade group of Scholastic as well. So I've worked with best-selling authors as well as those just coming in that are well-talented and looking to get published. I now own my own company called the Whitfield Group, and this helps up-and-coming, highly talented individuals get published with major companies like Random House, et cetera. A short time ago, I also, as you mentioned, helped co-found FastPencil. And the reason why I did that is because the publishing industry has changed quite a bit. And there's very little room for brand new people to start and get published and share via writing with everyone else. And FastPencil was a self-publishing tool. I love Opyrus. It's a natural fit with my commercial publishing background, and then the move towards helping more people through self-publishing get what they want to share in writing out to the rest of the world, their friends, their family, the world. So that's why I'm here.
Can you maybe tell us, based on all that experience that you've had, how does Opyrus kind of differ from what you've seen in the publishing industry, and why does that excite you?
Sure. Well, as I mentioned, the commercial publishing side, your Random Houses and your Macmillans, are so big now, and they're owned by major conglomerates, communication conglomerates such as Bertelsmann. And where there used to be thousands of imprints, now there are just a couple of hundred, and it's really reduced how the written word gets out there to the public. And self-publishing has come along, but Opyrus takes self-publishing to the next step. Most of the self-publishers out there provide you mechanical tools. It's assumed that you're already a pretty good writer and you have an interest in writing, and you stick stuff in a tool and it prints, publishes, and out it comes. Opyrus has added a lot of things up front to the self-publishing world, and I call them writing craft tools. These are tools where someone who is not so established or is even a little uneasy about putting things in writing, but maybe is a good speaker and talker and social networker, can learn how to craft their messages in writing. And Opyrus provides a number of terrific tools. A good example, for instance, is the Writing Light function, which offers courses on writing. Also gives you prompts as you're writing your text to help you shape and structure your messaging, and also gives you access to information. You might be writing a self-help book, or you're writing a mystery novel, and you want to understand more about how police work, etc. And you can use Writing Light to get that information. Another terrific tool is the Caravan Network, which basically is a community of writers. You can collaborate with other writers, you can share, you can even get coaching and critiquing from other writers. And this is all very important to help those that are a little sketchy in terms of their ability to write but want to. I don't know of any other self-publisher or commercial publisher that offers things like Caravan Network and Writing Light. It really just enables anyone. It democratizes the opportunity to write and publish.
Absolutely. It sounds like there's a lot going on, a lot of projects. What do you think the future of Opyrus looks like 5+ years from now?
Well, this is one of the things that excites me the most. I love it when people express what they have to say through writing, and I think the future for Opyrus is really unlimited. It's going to become a major communications tool. It'll be mentioned, in my opinion, in the same breath as you mentioned Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which are fleeting writing and ways to express oneself. Opyrus is going to join that group because it's going to get kids through adults writing for life and opening up their day, writing something, their week, etc. And it'll be a major communications tool. So it'll be right in there with Facebook and Twitter. The other area where I think it'll be a tremendous, tremendous influence is in education and literacy. A company like Scholastic has made its mark and done a tremendous job helping with literacy through emphasizing reading, through their children's reading book clubs, for instance, which reach 90% of the homes. But the other major part of literacy is writing. Literacy is reading and writing. And I think Opyrus will be able to partner with some companies and do a lot to foster writing from young kids on up. I think you'll find writing clubs come out and all sorts of things happen. So Opyrus is going to be transforming the art of writing and the use of writing, and I think it'll become a part of everyone's life, just a natural part and unfoldment.
Excellent. Bruce, I want to thank you very much for your time today. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share to either the authors or potential investors who are out there watching this?
Sure, I thought I might give an example. I tend to be visual as well as the written guy. And I thought I'd give an example of how Opyrus and the FastPencil writing tool were used by two folks who were very good speakers. They're congressmen. One is Tom Davis, who was my roommate in college, and he was a Republican congressman for Virginia for many, many years and a leader of his party. And one of his best friends in Congress was a fellow named Martin Frost, who was a Democrat from Texas. And they were noted in Congress for the way they'd work with each other in a bipartisan way. They'd cover an issue together. So what they did is they created a book where they picked 15 issues in Congress that were of particularly non-bipartisan hot issues. And they created a dialogue in book form. And here's the book. This is the FastPencil book. It became a bestseller. It's called The Partisan Divide. And on the back of the book are testimonials from several presidents: Clinton, Jimmy Carter, David Eisenhower, who was a well-known political analyst and historian, and folks like Nancy Pelosi and Senator Trent Lott. It was highly recognized, but there again, without an Opyrus, without a FastPencil, without showing folks that you can take the oral spoken word and translate it into writing, it's now in a book form that is read all around the world. It's being used in college courses and can be found in any bookstore. And I just think that's a perfect example of how Opyrus can affect the world and how anyone and everyone can become a writer, an author.
Great way to wrap up. Thank you, Bruce, again for your time today. For everyone who's watching this, if they're not watching it on Wefunder, you can head over to the Wefunder page where you can find Opyrus. And thanks again, Bruce.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thanks, Brian.